Today was an opportunity for me to celebrate people that I grew up with, people that I thought the world of, and that grew up way too quick. They left high school graduation and went to Vietnam. Some of them came back, some of them didn't. Vietnam's had a big influence on my life. I'm not a veteran. I probably should have been, but because of the way things were at that time, I didn't end up having to go. But since I've been in the building, I've had an opportunity to help with the Vietnam Memorial, because that's the one that I'm probably the closest to. You know, growing up then, all of the turmoil that was going on, we hadn't known that before. You know, a lot of these soldiers came home, but they weren't welcomed home. They were cursed. They were cursed at. They had to come home in civilian clothes because they couldn't get through airports and those kind of things. Which is pretty sad for a country like this that honors our warriors, but they didn't get that honor. But one of the things that you can look at in their character is that they are the ones that are honoring the kids and the people that are coming home today, making sure they are welcomed as heroes, rather than somebody to be hated. You know, that says an awful lot about those individuals, men and women. They took that abuse, stopped it, and said, this won't happen again. That makes me proud of them. You know, one of the reasons that I want to do this today is that April 30th, 2025 says it's the 50th anniversary of the war being over. A great day. But that war has been raising in some of those people's minds and hearts for over 50 years. And we didn't know how to help them. We didn't know what to do. We're learning now to do some of the things that we can for these veterans that come home wounded in places that we can't see. I lived with a couple of them. You know, when I went to university, my roommates were all Vietnam veterans, every one of them. And some of the terror that lived in those men still bothers me today. They never talked about it. So, this is a simple way for me to say thank you. It doesn't come close. But one of the reasons that I want to celebrate Vietnam veterans is the fact that my wife's father served in Vietnam, shot down behind enemy lines, those kind of things, but came home and ended up raising her. And he did a heck of a job. So I want to honor him today because of the fact that he took me in to his family, told me things that he hadn't told them. I'm proud of him. Colonel James Hayes, rest in peace. And I have a couple of friends that I grew up with, and you remember I tried to get my friend's name in the record, Tom Boyland. An uncelebrated hero, believe me. He had the medals. Never once talked about him. I lost him last year. And the man that came home and had to go to the mountains in the San Juans of Colorado because he could not be around people. He took himself to the wilderness to try and heal who he was. He did heal. He came home. After living in the mountains like a mountain man for years. Came home and became a great friend of mine. A guy that would send me texts over here about how, how proud he was of me. Come on. How proud he was of me. That was who he was. George Yogi Lawrence. Somebody I'm awful proud to have known. To you Vietnam veterans that are in this building or that watch the tape or that are on television, thank you. We'll never be able to say that enough. We can try to live the way you have lived, and that might be a living amends for us to say we understand you. We don't know what you feel. But we want you to know that we're very proud of you and love every one of you. Thank you very much.